Taurus, welcome to your bonus reading. This reading is for anyone with important placements in the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Chiron. Taurus, we're going to jump into your general energies, and those of you who are connecting to the general energies or resonating with the title can stay for the latter half of the reading, where I will jump into the tarot to deep dive into more specific situations. So the biggest message I got from your guides today, Taurus, is that it is time to be bold and to make bold moves. There is a sensation here of taking a risk with the come to the edge card here. There's a need to move forward and move past a very challenging situation that has thrown you off course or off balance this week. You got a lot of cards talking about balance or restoration of balance in your life. So to start your reading here, you got the Scales card. Keep your life in balance. It's important for your own happiness and longer term success that you learn how to maintain a sense of peace in your life. There has been something that recently threw you off balance that you were not expecting and perhaps are having trouble dealing with at this time. So there are consequences to all of our actions, and I don't want you to blame yourself for anything that's happening at the moment, but Spirit is trying to say that you will reap what you sow with the Karma card. So there's important actions that you have to take into consideration at this time. Despite what just happened to you and what you've been dealing with, there is an eclipse coming April 8th that is going to be very powerful, and it's important that you pick yourself up by then and that you learn to surround yourself with those people who can support you and who can give you great advice and help your spirit pick up from where it's been, because I do get the sense that many of you have been isolating or keeping to yourselves at this time, and it's not helping. I get the sense that you're just kind of like simmering in your own feelings and not necessarily making progress forward because of whatever shakeup just happened to you, Taurus. We got two pretty scary cards here, the Cross and the Coffin. So some of you could definitely be dealing with an illness or with a death in the family. Others of you could just be dealing with a very painful separation. So whatever your current situation is, I'm not downplaying the importance of it and how difficult or painful it is, but your guides are sending you kind of like a warning message here that you need to be prepared for this eclipse time. It's a very powerful moment, and it's very important that we can close out old cycles during the eclipse time so that we can start fresh and set the pace for the new cycle to begin. So if you can work on resolving some of the things that you're dealing with now prior to April 8th, Taurus, you're going to be in a much better place by November, and you're going to even have the possibility of succeeding at one of your biggest desires here. From a financial standpoint, you may be attracting lots of abundance by November. You may be attracting really good news regarding your career or your job or finances by November. And Spirit wants you to know that they recognize, this could be your ancestors, somebody specifically wanted me to call out that they know that it's important for you to be able to provide for your family, to be able to have savings, to be able to feel secure from a financial standpoint, Taurus. And that vision that you hold of security, like your goal there, it can be achieved, at least in large part, by November. But only if you're able to kind of pull yourself out of this current rut that you're in by the time the new eclipse comes up. So it's important that you heal and focus on rebuilding your confidence and your self-esteem at this time. I heard get back out there. It's time to get back out there. It's time to work on getting back on your feet. It's time to work on restoring your balance so that your guides and your intuition can lead you forward. So if you're not connected to your guidance, if you're not connected to your higher self because you're resonating with lower vibrational energy, like worrying, like mistrust, like confusion, you will lack the clarity you need to move forward, and that will have consequences. So you got consequences here, and you got the karma card. How you react right now. You can't control what other people do. You can't control sometimes the situations that surround you or impact your life, but you can control how you react to them and how you grow from them. So this is being highlighted for you to take into account this week and this month, going into April 8th of next, which is the next month coming up. We're going to go ahead and pull the additional tarot if this is resonating for you. We're going to go deeper with the tarot and a couple other decks here, Taurus, to see what your guides have to say. So, specifically for your situation, some event has happened that created a sense of insecurity or instability in your life, Taurus. There's been an injustice that's happened to you. So it almost changed your perspective about how fair things really are. It made you question, like, why did this happen to me? What did I do to deserve this? Or it could be something where you feel like you were treated unfairly by people around you who you felt you should have been able to trust. So this has caused you to go introspective, Taurus, and to kind of keep to yourself. And you haven't necessarily been healing. You've been more so lingering in your feelings. And it's okay to feel what you're feeling and kind of feel bad for yourself and, give yourself some nurturing, etc. But at some point you're going to have to, instead of feeling bad for yourself, Taurus, you're going to have to just try to pull yourself out of this rut somehow. So for many of you, I see that this has to do with a romantic attraction that you had towards someone, or a relationship that you were hoping was going to get off the ground. For many of you, this could have to do with a breakup or a separation with somebody who you truly cared for. And it's hard to get over that. I do recognize it is really hard because you're emotionally wounded, right? So Spirit just wants you to know that the way forward includes healing of your perspective, healing of the way that you see yourself, and that you allow the situation to reflect upon you. It's almost as if you've been blaming yourself unfairly for what happened, and or internalizing something because of this breakup or separation. So many of you could be like, well, maybe I just wasn't, attractive enough. Maybe I just wasn't smart enough. Maybe I wasn't patient enough. It's like you're blaming yourself for whatever caused the situation to fall apart. Spirit wants you to stop doing that so that you can actually see the truth and heal from this and move forward. There's going to be, of course, a transition period, but you do have time between now and April 8th to make that transition. And if you can do that work, they're guaranteeing you success. They're guaranteeing you increased joy and happiness and increased financial abundance. There's going to come a time where after doing some of the work, you're going to feel relief and you're going to feel a little bit better, like you can breathe again. And to get to that place, there are certain steps you need to be taking now that your guides want to encourage you to take. Like I mentioned, stop beating up on yourself and blaming yourself for things outside of your control, and stop internalizing a failure. Some of you may take failure very personally. So it's important to seek information from people who are wiser and from people who are just outside of this situation directly, who can give you a different perspective. It's important to talk to friends, to talk to family members who can give you a wise perspective, a different outlook on what this means for you, what you can do next, how to navigate this situation. I can guarantee you that you don't have to reinvent the wheel, and there's somebody that you know who has dealt with something similar in the past who can perhaps help guide you towards a better path moving forward. So reach out to the people who you feel comfortable around, who nurture you, most likely your family members. For some of you, this is friends. And for others of you who are adopted or out of the foster care system, it could be like a network of individuals who you've, gained over time and who you trust, who have your back, who you know will tell you the honest truth and who have the best intention for you. Okay. Towards November, there's going to be a lot of joy in your life and a lot of manifestation energy. If you're able to regain your confidence, regain your footing at this time, and recover from this event that caused you to fall off course. But it's gonna require that you take a leap of faith, that you take a risk, that you take a chance on yourself and really on the healing process that needs to happen now for you to get there. So it's almost like redefining what it is that brings you joy and setting healthy boundaries and understanding what you have to cut out now and why the things that got cut off for you now were removed from your life for a reason, right? So let's pull the other deck I had here. So you got balance. It's important. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's coming out on different decks, so just bear with me. So you're being told to work on restoring your emotional stability, on finding balance, on finding peace inside of your mind. And you're being told to focus on what brings you joy at this time so that spirit can co-create with you and bring those things into your life. You're being encouraged to kill, move away from, destroy, end anything that brings you down or saps away your joy. If you have energy vampires around you who just make you feel drained, if your job makes you feel drained, if people that you're surrounding yourself make you feel bad about yourself or drained, it's time to remove those people before April 8th eclipse. It's time to end those connections. It's time to end those jobs. Even if it requires you kind of taking a leap of faith into the nothingness, into the void, and, saying, I don't care, I'll find something else, I don't care, I'll build a new network, I need to remove this from my life. So there are certain things you're going to have to cut out or let go and release for good to allow your future to unfold in a more positive light. Spirit is here to collaborate with you. Your ancestors and guides from the spiritual realm are just waiting for you to kind of come out of this rut so that they can reach you energetically and help you to co-create the life that you desire. You do need to work on setting clear intentions so that they can come in and help you, especially when it comes to love. Taurus, you need to get clear about what it is you want, about how you want to feel in a connection, and then you need to work on restoring your confidence. So you got that across multiple decks. It's time to heal and restore your self-confidence, restore your belief in yourself, Taurus. You need to be bold. You need to get back out there. If this has to do with a breakup, it's time for you to move forward and move on with, the idea of finding new love. With confidence. Don't feel like this is just going to repeat itself, like this experience was your fault, because it wasn't. There's a sense of having to restore your own confidence so you can move past this. Okay, we're going to go into a little bit more detail on your situation now across other decks. Spirit wants you to know that what you do need to work on when it comes to romance and relationships is on setting healthier boundaries. They want you to know that you should be working on your healing. When it comes to your heart chakra, you cannot just close your heart chakra and then go back out there and expect to connect with the right kind of people. So it's important that you've healed your heart chakra, that you do heart chakra meditations, and that you truly have let go energetically of anyone who was messing with your emotions or with your head in the past. So even if you're not with them physically, if you keep thinking about them or harboring resentments and stewing over what happened, you haven't really healed your heart chakra, and there's some work to do there. You are set up for a magnificent transformation, like I said, starting in April and through November of this year. Your life can be completely 100% turned around, Taurus, from like rock bottom to super high up, high energy, and a lot of joy and satisfaction. However, some of you are hoping for reconciliation. Some of you are still kind of pining over someone from your past or holding out hope for reconciliation, and that can really hold you back because, like I said, it's time to release the old and welcome the new. You will have blessings coming towards you by November. You will have good fortune based on your actions now, as long as you're karmically making the right choices. So if you're able to allow your guides back in by setting healthy boundaries and by, restoring your connection to the divine realm, you're going to find that your guides will be able to reach you, that you're going to get nudges from your own intuition. You're going to get signs and synchronicities. You might see numbers that are repeating that will tell you little messages that you need to hear to help guide your steps forward. And you will find that justice will be restored into your life fairly soon after that. So you are being encouraged to flow with the energy, which is gaining positive momentum from April through November of this year. You're being encouraged to have compassion with yourself. Spirit knows that sometimes you just feel like staying home and being at peace by yourself. And that's okay. Being compassionate with yourself, nurturing yourself is great. Just don't stay home and beat up on yourself or blame yourself for what happened. Focus on restoring your inner peace so that your guides can better reach you from an energetic and psychic perspective, so that you can better receive messages. Spirit also wants you to explore your talents and passions and to let go of anything at work, like any work, employment, business, etc., that's energetically sapping you or dimming your light. So don't let anyone dim your light at this time, Taurus. Yes, Spirit recognizes things did not go your way, but sometimes cutting out certain things or taking a small loss is better in the long term for your overall happiness, right? So focus on healing. There are many opportunities coming in for you in 2024. You just have to be able to open your eyes and see them. And restoring your balance is going to be the key to attracting those great opportunities. It's important that you get clear on what it is that you want and how you plan to get there. But more so, just getting clear on what it is that brings you happiness and joy, what it is that you wish for, so that your guides can help you manifest it into your life. And all of that is going to start with your heart chakra healing. So make sure to nurture yourself, set healthy boundaries with others who are energy vampires so that you don't fall prey to any negativity in the coming months. It is time right now to change your focus and to stop feeling bad for yourself and stop focusing on the negatives and look past the now into what your life could look like a few months from now. It is important that even if you feel like being alone, that you reach out over the phone to people who you love and trust and who care for you, and give them an opportunity to hear them out and really, really consider their advice, because they do have your best interest, Taurus. And so time to shine, time to restore your crown, put your crown back on and move past whatever this horrible situation was that you've been dealing with. You will lead by example. You will be an inspiration to others who have also been in your situation. Like you might have a job where you like to teach other people, Taurus. You might have a voice of reason to share with other people who are going through what you've gone through in the future. But before you can become a beacon of light for other people and a teacher and a healer, you do need to confront your shadow side. You do need to do the inner work to, not just push this into the background, but really deal with those emotions and resolve them in a healthy fashion. Fate is on your side. Good luck, good fortune is on your side as you enter the month of August. And people are going to be looking up to you. People are going to be looking for your example to follow. So you may be in a position by the end of the year where you are an inspiration to other people, where you are being looked to for guidance. So it's important that you work on yourself between now and then so you can serve as an example for your community, for your friends, maybe for children in your community, or just individuals who rely on you for inspiration or for knowledge. If you can do the work now, you can expect some very, very happy times, some very joyful times of indulgence, relaxation, satisfaction towards the end of the year here. It's important that you find your motivation again so that you can move past the time you're in now and into the vision of your future. Do not allow your pride to hold you back in place of anger or resentment. Do not allow your ego to lead your choices, because it can just hold you back and keep you stagnant in the same place for quite a while if you let your anger get the best of you. And then just focus on step-by-step restoring balance into your life, just one step at a time. You can weigh out, does this feel good or does this feel bad? Does this feel better or does this feel worse? And just make steps, one baby step at a time, so that you can get out of the situation you're currently in and move into this really beautiful projected future that you have for 2024. All right, Taurus, I hope you found this very helpful. Please drop a like or a comment on the video so others can find it. It really helps out my channel. Thank you for your time and energy, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.